The war in Afghanistan involves many Americans, but nearly every assignment, like the refurbishment of aging artillery, is dependent on the services of men and women from other coalition countries. Preparing the Afghan National Army to eventually take charge of their own nation's future is a primary objective, and in a nation as poor as this one, recycling older military equipment is of paramount importance. On this day, a group of Mongolian soldiers armed with Russian AK-47 assault rifles and British Royal Marines joined the U.S. and Afghan armies in an effort to bring aging Eastern Bloc howitzers back to the front lines. I was surprised at first to see the Mongolians carrying the AK-47. It's an assault weapon typically used by our enemies. But that kind of background leads them to be able to work on these artillery pieces. It's something that's a great advantage for the Afghanis.
If it recoils between those two numbers, we know that the recoil system is working properly.
The mission is to prepare 80 of the 250 field artillery guns left behind by the Russians in the 1980s for frontline use. Major Jeffrey Lillenwall of the Oregon National Guard says it's a big job, but there are many things in their favor.
Yes, it is. Getting the small parts, springs and like that is very difficult because they wear out, go out, get set. And then the rubber parts, we have to find the equivalent that's available today and buy those.
People like Major Abdul Habib of the Afghan National Army say the assistance is speeding the recovery of his nation.
Yes, because always they help me. Huh? Help us. They help us.
Everyone involved in the project praised the skills of the Mongolian army. Working side by side with the Afghanis, they more than proved their worth. But the project is just getting off the ground, and embedded training team members like First Sergeant Miguel Jimenez of the Utah National Guard says there is still plenty to figure out.
What we're trying to do is see how we can fit into this and fit it into the big picture for the artillery to repair our guns and make parts as we need them.
We need to resurface a lot of the stuff.
And as the efforts to bring the Afghans up to speed continues, people like Darren James of the U.S. Air Force say showing the positive side of the coalition forces is a necessary ingredient for their continued success.
You only see the bad stuff, so it's good that, news media comes out and covers the good stuff that we're doing for the Afghans, changing hearts and minds.
In Afghanistan, I'm Tim King reporting for SalemNews.com.